Hey, community group leaders and teachers, I hope you're doing well and having a fabulous day. Hey, I'm excited to introduce this week's Leadership Minute. This is one more tool that you can have in your tool belt to lead more effectively. Today, I want to talk all about fellowship. That's a biblical word. The Greek word is koinonia. In Acts chapter 2, over the last several weeks, we have been looking at specific tools that the early church employed and put into practice to help develop community and create healthy community, both in large gatherings and in small gatherings. They centered themselves, according to Acts 2:42, in four things. In the apostles' teaching or scripture, we looked at that a couple weeks ago, in prayer. And in prayer specifically, it was outward focused. That was so impacted by the gospel because everyone had been transformed by the gospel that is... Charles King Barrett once said, who's a New Testament scholar, that their prayers influenced more people and attracted more people to come in to find out more about who Jesus was and what he was about. So their prayers inspired people to come to Jesus. Their prayers were outward focused in that sense. And this week, I'm going to look at a third component, fellowship. From Acts 2:42, it says they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread, and to prayer. So fellowship, the Greek word koinonia, it literally means deeply invested, deeply rooted community. If you can think of the Lord of the Rings, that's probably a good analogy where everyone was deeply invested in each other and were going for one goal, for one cause. They were all different people. They all had different perspectives, but they all wanted to help each other accomplish the one goal. So the same is true for us. We want to help each other accomplish the same goal, maturing in Jesus. When we gather together, we want to do that. We want to build such radical community that we're committed to each other and committed to helping each other grow. Well, we do that by investing in each other's lives. And you know, one thing is, I've looked at this passage that scholars are in agreement with, they intentionally spent time with each other, not just on Sunday mornings, not just when they met together, but throughout the day, throughout the week, so much so that whenever there was any need, people willingly gave out of everything they had. They'd been so transformed by the gospel that they couldn't help but allow other people to equally be transformed, and they wanted to share everything with everyone that was in need. So my challenge to each of us is to create space, create time to build fellowship, to build opportunities for relationships to really develop so that we know each other, we know each other's strengths and weaknesses, we know how we can help each other grow and spur each other on towards love and good deeds, as it says in Galatians. So if you have any questions about this, maybe you want to know specifics of what it might look like, my first suggestions off the bat would always be reserve some time before and after community group to talk. Maybe have some food involved. That's always a good thing for people to small talk over that. Maybe include a couple of icebreakers and have some discussion in your conversation about the teaching, because that just naturally lends itself to people getting to know each other a little bit better. But if you have any other questions, if you want any other tips, feel free to reach out to me, shoot me a text or an email. But I'm excited to see what God is going to do in the life of our church as we continue just to invest in each other and pray for lost people to come to faith in Jesus, to study the gospel, and even to break bread together. And we'll look at what that looks like next week a little bit more. I hope you have a great week, friends, and I look forward to seeing you back here again soon for another Leadership Minute. Hey, blessings.